Well, good morning, guys. It is 31 degrees out right now, but I've still got tree cleanup, and I haven't pulled, a little dirty, I haven't pulled the Powerhorse wood chipper out of the garage or out of the barn in quite a while. So today I'm gonna put this thing to good use. I haven't had a video on this in a while. I've had a lot of you asking how's it running and how's it going. Well, we're gonna find out today. So in the last video last week, you saw me trimming up all the limbs from the storm damage, and they're in a big pile up by the road up there. So we're going to take this up in the trailer. We don't have the UTV, but we can use my big trailer in my truck, and we're going to chip up a bunch of wood today and do some more cleanup. So anyway, I thought you'd get a chance to see this thing running again. I know some of you like these things. I like it a lot, and so you can see it in action today. So let's get started. Welcome to TWC Projects. Alright, so one of the things I forgot to do, which of course I told you in other videos, always not handy, but sometimes you get this stuff that's just a little too much, and having the big limb cutters so you can just clip these, tighten them down, and make them so they'll fit in the chute real well is a good idea. I'll have to do that next trip if there is a next trip. I might. It's barely even filling up the trailer so far, and that's half of the first pile, so that's only a quarter. Maybe a little more than a quarter. So amazing how much stuff gets compressed. All right, so I'm just going to use a chainsaw, I guess, to cut this up a little bit and keep feeding them through. All right, so that's the end of that. If you remember, I had a big pile here, and a big pile here, and a big pile up there, and still one tree I couldn't get a little too high, but it'll be fine. It'll grow over, and nobody's there under there. So, and my neighbor said he wanted the leftover limbs, so I'm gonna give this to him. He's gonna cut them up and split them for firewood next year. And the vines, I'll just have to toss in the woods. You don't want to be putting the vines through the wood chipper. Not a good idea. Thing works like a champ. I pushed a little bit harder than I usually do, but I figured I would see what it can really do. It's doing great. I mean, it's, you know, you saw I've had a couple other videos where I've shown you how I put, you know, over 3-inch hardwood in there, or I guess just about 3 inches limbs, hardwood limbs in there, and caught on the vines, and it did fine. So it's still running great. It needs to be washed up, of course, but overall looking good. And this is what we ended up with. All right, so did probably 2/3 of the trailer full, but it's a lot of piles, so it probably would have been almost 3 loads if I had not dropped it down. It would have been a lot more work to put it in, pull it out. So as it is, my neighbor said he'd like the wood chips for putting down around some of his beds and his garden. So got a home for everything. Nothing goes to waste here, except for these nasty vines. They're just horrible. But anyway, I'll find a place for those in the woods, and they'll eventually decay and go back into the earth. So I guess we'll wrap it up here today. I'm sure you've seen more than enough cleaning up. I've still got some more trees to do. I don't know that I'll make those YouTube. You got to be sick of seeing those. I'm sick of doing it, but it needs to be done. So, and then I've got some more neighbors I can see need to help cutting some more trees up too. So I'm gonna, next weekend, probably doing that as well. But that'll be, I think that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoy getting a chance to see the wood chipper in action. Definitely valuable for cleaning up messes like this, where those limbs just weren't, you couldn't use them for anything. So chipping them up made sense, and put them to good use. So that's it. I think we're going to call that a TWC project. Thanks for joining me. As always, create something, fix something, get outside and enjoy God's nature, and we'll see you next time. Be well.